Imagine a face you once knew as the boy next door, swinging through the city with hope in his eyes. Now picture that same man, years later, staring back from the screen-skin ghostly white, teeth stained, gaze hollow like he's already half gone. He's not saving the world anymore. He's running an empire of vice, with reptiles snapping in the shadows below. This isn't fiction. This is the man who walked away from glory ... and came back as something unrecognizable ... He entered this world on a summer day in 1975, in a sunny California coastal town. His mom was just 18, scraping by as a clerk. His dad, barely 20, flipped burgers and swung hammers to keep food on the table. They married quick after he arrived, but the knot unraveled fast. By age 3, home was wherever they crashed, sometimes with family, sometimes in temporary shelters. Food came from stamps or kind neighbors. Stability? That was a luxury they couldn't afford. Tragedy struck harder when he was 18. His father, crushed by loss and illness in the family, crossed the street from their place and held up a bank. Desperation turned to handcuffs. Long before any cape or mask, the kid dreamed of Chef White's, following his old man's path in the kitchen. But his mother saw the dead end ahead. She made him a deal, $100 to try acting class over cooking. At 12, he took the cash. That single choice rerouted everything. Chaos had already dug in deep. Mornings in middle school meant heaving from nerves, constant moves, endless upheaval. He never finished high school, bailing after freshman year to chase auditions, while wrestling private battles with bottles, and worse. Sunshine wrapped their tiny apartment, but Hollywood's glow stayed just out of reach. Mom tried ads and acting gigs. Dad hustled odd jobs. Auditions came through her office connections. He slept on floors, relied on handouts, fixated on one goal, cash to break free. At 17, what seemed like the breakthrough fizzled. He snagged the lead in a network comedy about a dreamy teen. It premiered big, tanked big or canceled after a handful of episodes, buried in the ratings basement. Back to ads and bit parts, supporting a family that leaned on his slim wins. No agent meant cold walks into tryouts, raw and solo. One low, rejected for a pet food spot because his eyes looked too mournful. That's when he crossed paths with another hungry kid, both scraping for scraps. They'd auditioned for the same parts. He'd snagged the spotlight. Our guy got crumbs or nothing. Happened on a family drama, then a gritty coming-of-age tale. The rival pulled strings for a small role. Same year, Dad's conviction hit like a gut punch. It forced a turning point. He sought help, started climbing out of the hole. His first real movie break put him beside that friend, playing a sidekick in a tense story of abuse and escape. Shot in rainy spots up north, it was modest pay, but massive lessons timing with pros, holding ground in a real crew. Rivalry melted into bond. More roles trickled. Exhausting desert nights in a thriller, a quirky bit in a writer's wild mind alongside comedy giants. It sharpened his edge. Then came the shift. A whimsical tale sucked him into a black-and-white TV world of the 50s. He danced, emitted, battled effects, proved he could lead with heart and humor. Eyes opened in the industry. But cracks showed earlier. On a music store ensemble flick, the group vibe overwhelmed him. He vanished to a basement one night, lost in cereal and haze. Scenes slashed, name barely credited. Whispers of tough vibes started. The superhero call came calling. Everyone wanted it friends, hotshots. Director doubted his frame. Too slight for the suit. He bulked hard thousands of calories. Endless reps, months of grind. Studio lowballed. He grabbed the deal anyway. Filming crushed him. Heavy gear for hours, swings at speed, bruises piling, back screaming by mid-shoot. Injections to continue. One cable snap dropped him hard. No doubles for faces. He insisted on truth. Sequel talks turned ugly. He claimed injury, brought docs, demanded top dollar. Studios spied him active elsewhere, prepped a backup in secret suit fittings, tests, even art swaps. Insurance claims flew while cutting his pay. He fought back with proof, won the role, but trust shattered. The hit soared, but so did the toll. Upside-down marathons, sickness, IVs between. Fame cashed big, burnout bigger. Sleep aids, therapy marathons. He ditched huge offers, hid in card games raking millions from stars. If this journey of rise and ruin hits you hard, share it now, let others see the cost behind the mask. Another film nearly ended him. Slimming to bones for a horse racing epic, flung at speed, spine shattered. Surgery, rods, warnings of wheels forever. It echoed into the franchise studio, panicked again, back up on standby. He begged back, swallowed pride. Final chapter paid royal, but warred inside. Creative clashes, forced additions, on-set venom bleeding real. He stayed dark for months, snaps at crew, slaps in scenes, tears from co-stars. Psych on speed dial. Body broke more. Fractures, tears, nerves fried. Pills daily. Rehab quiet after rap. At 33, action done. Millions yearly just to move. The fourth never happened. He let it die, relieved. No fight for the fortune. Poker tables beckoned high stakes, celebrity circles, wins stacking to tens of millions. But shadows lurked, schemes, suits, exposures. A book and film painted him cruel at the felt humiliating hosts, wielding fame like a weapon. Legal hits followed. He settled silent. Doors closed. Labels stuck. Difficult, risky. He produced instead hits from afar, indies with soul. Chess masters, marathons, quiet empires. Back never healed. Chairs custom, therapy constant. Fame clawed anxiety. He vanished voluntary. Vegan strict no animal touch, even in tools. Home a sanctuary. Early beds, meditation caves, silence rules. Kids adapt. Personal life twisted private. Wedding in paradise, 2 children, split amicable. Ex remains close. A young date sparked storms, comparisons to peers, but silence from him. He returned not triumphant, but transformed. A wild Hollywood tale of excess, producer and player in sleaze, drawing from card table nights. Alligators below? His twist. Then secret swing back to roots multiversal team-up, no leaks, pure heart. Fights exhausted, lines broke him real. Closure in billions. He's built behind scenes, now companies growing, stories shaped. Worth stacks high from swings, cards, smart bets. Rumors of more legacy, growth beyond youth. He chose control, peace, evolution. The boy became a man who guards his world fierce. What a ride from streets to skies, breakdowns to build-ups. If this raw path moves you, like, subscribe, share wide. Stories like these remind us, heroes are human, and sometimes walking away is the bravest swing.